Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Friday morning video. So today I just really wanted to talk about basically why I think the market's about to flip. I know this is not the most popular opinion, or really Wall Street's not out there. Sentiment is completely hammered in the market. Most of Wall Street is totally bearish. They think we're going to go into a huge long-term recession. We're nowhere near a bottom. A lot of people on Wall Street are saying, oh, the SPY needs to get to 3,000, 3,200. That's when we get like full capitulation, a total reset of all the pandemic gains. What people don't realize and what they're not seeing is the American economy is still really strong. And if you really look at things, we would need the VIX to spike over 40, which is the volatility index, which I don't see happening unless something major happens. Like we need to see some catastrophic, like World War III, nuclear warfare. We would need an event like that to shock the markets, to scare it that much, to bring it down. We would need, or like if unemployment was 10% and going, Fed's not gonna bail us out, inflation's double digits. Yeah, something like that would make the S&P for sure go down to 3,000, 3,200 in my opinion. But if we don't get any of those events, I don't think that's gonna happen. So with that said, I think the market's about to flip, and I think it's going to happen really soon. I'm going to just get into this video of some points to why I think that. If you haven't watched my channel before, I'm a long-term investor. I believe that's the best way to gain wealth. So let me get into it. So we're in a recession right now. If you do, economics 101, or you look at what a technical recession is, it's 2 negative quarters of GDP. We had negative GDP in Q1 and we had negative GDP in Q2. So that puts us in a recession, like flat out. So I think Wall Street beats around the bush, or maybe some networks will say, oh, we're not, that's all political stuff, but we are in a recession. So I think it's going to be mild at worst, and it's crazy to say, but I think the peak pain is going to be between September and probably December, as far as like really people feeling the pain and, in the recession. And a lot of times when we're actually coming out of a recession or in the trough of it, the market actually, especially small caps, mid caps, and all the stocks that got hammered in early 2021, they'll actually bounce out of their bottoms. Like example, a lot of small and mid caps, they put their bottoms in June 16th, even though the market, the S&P and NASDAQ and Dow all hit their lows the last week of September. So the small and mid caps put their bottoms in months prior. So it confuses a lot of newer investors, and it confuses a lot of people when, they see something happen and it doesn't make sense. Well, the market prices things in 3 to 6 months in advance. So you just have to remember that. That's why it's so important, in my opinion, to be a long-term investor. If you're always in the market, you'll never miss the opportunity. You can just buy more aggressively when it's down more, and then you kind of lay off the gas as you hit like, so if you like the trough. So if you have something like this, just say this is 50%. Right now we're probably somewhere in this region, right? Well, you want to buy down here. When the market gets real frothy like it did in 2021 with like the SPACs, the small caps, the IPOs, well, this is kind of where you want to just take your profits up here. So this is like the neutral level. But yeah, we're somewhere down here. So it doesn't matter if you buy here, 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 here. If you think you're in this section, it's a good time to buy, basically. And I think we've been in that all of 2022. We've been in this section 100%. So that's just my opinion. Growth over value right now. So people really tend to do the opposite as short-term investors. Like even if you look at like Wall Street or people that talk, or analysts, they always talk about the next like couple weeks or the next quarter or the next like max case next 6 months. So, but like, what about like the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Like, is it a good time to buy if you're going to hold your stocks that long? They never bring that up, because if they did, everybody would hold and everyone would buy. So it's kind of funny how that works. So right now, growth stocks are really, really hammered. And when people get scared in the markets, they either sell out or they move to value or safety, like Apple, Microsoft, even Tesla is a flight to safety now. JP, like banks, oil commodities right now, like that's all flight to safety and like value stocks. But really what you want to do is you actually want to move into the growth stocks that are really hammered right now, where the PEs are like Meta is a 10 or 12 PE ratio. That should be trading at like a 25-30 all day. So just examples like that is what you should be buying right now. Some things that have gone down in the past couple months, you have container costs going down. You've rent actually that just recently pulled and went down for the first time in months, maybe even years at this point. So that's good. Housing's going down. It's going to continue to get hammered as the Fed keeps raising rates, which is going to continue to go up per the minutes. Autos are going down. Basically, everything here is going down. So every major thing is going down. Oil might be a little different things. OPEC cut how many barrels they're doing a day. However, I think we'll figure that out and it might stay the same. It just won't probably go down. But next year, we have super easy comps with oil because oil was 100 to 125 a barrel for all spring and all early summer. So easy comps if we get that figured out. Or if there's an economic slowdown, people aren't going to travel as much. People aren't going to be as pent up to travel like they were last year. It's easy comps, so I'm not too concerned about that. Fed U-turn, I do think they're going to do it in November. Now, when I say U-turn, I don't mean they're going to start lowering rates. I mean they're just going to pause raising rates. They're going to sit and see what happens. I think they're currently over tightened now. So what that means is they're just going to stop raising rates probably after November or sometime in November, and then they're going to see the market just continue to do this. This is, CPI and inflation is going to go down, down, down. Housing is going to get crushed. Autos are going to get crushed. So they're going to do really nothing, and the market's going to continue to do what it's doing now. What we're seeing now is not the impact of what they've been doing the past like couple months. It's not. So I think they're going to see that, and then they're going to put us in like a mild at worst recession. They're not going to put us in a deep long-term recession, in my opinion. And if you don't think America's economy is very strong right now, and we're even feeling pain, but every other country is feeling it 2-3 times worse than us. So you have to remember that. Obviously, the dollar is so strong right now because everyone doesn't believe in their currency, so they're flooding here. So that makes the dollar really strong. Well, that actually breaks the international market. So again, we're going to have to lay off the gas in raising rates because the higher we raise rates, the more money comes to the American dollar. Well, the international markets can't handle that. So we have to lay off for them too. Like we have to let off the gas to give them a break too. So it goes way deeper than what like most people think. Let me see where I'm at here. So so that's kind of just how I think of it. Like if you really think like that, it kind of makes sense. Like Wall Street wants all retail out. They want everyone to capitulate because guess what they do when they see those results? They're going to go in and buy right here. And then when they're all fully priced in, they're going to go and talk it up. And then guess where retail buys back in most of the time? Up here. And then guess what? They're going to scare everyone again. Retail's going to sell. And then they're going to buy down here again. And it's this never-ending cycle of the same thing happening over and over again. So people just need to realize like what's going on and just don't buy into that crap. So that's my opinion on the cycle, and it happens every single time. Jobs comes out today. This video might come out a couple minutes before jobs comes out. So that's big. Really bad is good in this case. We kind of want to see jobs less than expectations because that's showing that the economy's slowing down and people aren't hiring as much. So that's in a normal market, that's a bad thing. In this market, for what the Fed wants to see would be a good thing. So we'll see what happens. Pre-market is green as I'm recording this video. So basically, we're off lows from September, and we had the 2 biggest days back to back bouncing out of something in a long time. So Monday and Tuesday were green days. Wednesday we took it, just kind of stayed flat. Thursday we took it, waiting for the jobs today. So we'll see what happens, but that's really good. It means the market took it off lows. We would have to have a massive fall to even test these new lows. I think we're like 7% off lows in like the S&P and QQQ, maybe even 10. So we'd have to have really bad news for it to go back down those levels. So it's kind of my thoughts, as a long-term investor. I'm cashing up right now. That's what I'm doing. Kind of like what I did in August, what I said in my video a couple days ago. I'm just waiting. So if we hit new lows, I will gladly buy. If we go up off this, I'm going to hold, cash up, because, there will be more bad news to come. We just don't know when. But maybe we don't hit new lows. Maybe we do. So that way, if you cash up, you're prepared for it. Most of my positions are fully built out. So that's kind of why I'm not buying anything right now, kind of sitting and waiting. So I'm content with my position size, and we'll go from there. So yeah, if I do any buying or see any changes, or my thoughts change at all in any way, I'll make a video and let you guys know. Trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of this month. If you guys can hit the subscribe button over there, it's much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and till tomorrow, peace.